Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now, following up on the success of the coconut husk yesterday, I'm going to have a look at another two plants that I put in that, just to see how the roots are going on in there. Now, I'm not sure whether I'm overwatering or underwatering or what to expect when I take them out of this pot, but I don't expect anything to be very good, because they're not very steady in the pots, which isn't a good sign for the roots. Now I'll take this one out of a pot, which is that one, and we'll see what it's like. It's very loose, so I don't need to squeeze the pot much. It's coming out nice and easy. Well, the bark is still slightly moist and the roots are good. They're pretty wet in places and dry in other places. Some nice new roots starting to grow, so I'll just trim this up, take all the dead roots off, and then we'll start again. In fact, there are no soft roots. No. Well, I don't think I can grumble too much at this one. Maybe it's slightly over potted. I'll put it in a smaller pot and see how it goes from there. Well, I've cleaned all the roots up now and cleaned the leaves, and you can see it's nice and clean now. The bulbs are lovely and clean, and I've just noticed at one point, you can see it just here, there's something coming out there. Now in other plants I would call that the spike, but this McClellan area, I don't know what it is. So we'll just pot it up into a much smaller pot. Well, not a much smaller pot, a size less pot, and we'll pack it up with the same materials it's been in, and see how it goes from there. This is the pot it's going in, plenty of air holes in it, and then I'll put it back in its original pot. So let's see if it fits first. Yep, that's a lovely fit. So we'll put a bit of coconut husk in at the bottom to start with, making sure we've got it to the right height. Yep, that's about right. And then we'll just fill in. Quite damp, this husk, but it's not over wet. We'll get plenty in first, and then we'll give it a good tapping to get it down, to cover all the spaces up. Looking pretty good. Well, I don't think there's much more I can do for that one. Probably a little bit more around the back here. Press it down. See if we can get it nice and firm without doing any mischief. And that looks pretty good. So So we'll call that a day for that one, the McLaren Pagan Love Song. And we'll see how that goes. So we'll put that one back in there to shield the roots from the light, and we'll put it back in its place. And the other one is also potted up in coconut husk, and it's a Vialara Campbell's Glacier. So we'll just have a look at that one. Well, there's nothing much happened here yet. Not a thing. Just sign of one little root growing. Wow. These are a little bit dark, these pseudobulbs, but they're fine, they're rock hard. This is the new growth, which is looking very nice, but the roots aren't looking nice at all. I don't know whether they're too wet or what. Anyway, I'll just clean those up again and come back to you. Well, I've taken quite a few roots off this one. When I got to having a good look at it, there was a big bundle right in the middle, as usual, with a little bit of moss onto it, and it was all dead. So I've cut all that off and trimmed all the other roots up. So we'll call that a day for the roots, and we'll pot this up in another slightly smaller pot. Now this is the last one we're going to have a look at. You can read it. Brasidium orange charm crossed by Oncidium megaglossum. And I've just took it out of its pot. Well, I didn't take it out of its pot, it virtually fell out of its pot when I picked it up. So that wasn't too well potted up, was it? Here it is. Just odd new growth. Very, very wet in the middle there. I've been keeping these far too wet. I know it's my fault, but these things do happen. So I'll just trim this up and get it ready for repotting again. Well, I've cleaned the roots up on this one best I can. You can see there's some pretty nice roots there, but there's a little dark mark on the pseudobulb there. So I'm just going to drop a bit of dragon's blood on it. There we are. That'll stop, that'll seal everything up and kill anything. Where are we? There we are. And just leave that, let that settle in, be fine. This Brasidium was potted up in some ordinary bark with a few growth stones in. So I'm going to change it now, and I'm going to put it in a smaller pot, this one, and I'm going to put it in some of this coconut husk. Now it's probably me being a little bit impatient with these three plants and expecting them to do wonders, but as we know, they never know. You've got to give them time. You've got to give them time to adjust to the new surroundings. You've got to give them time to adjust to the new potting materials. So these, I'm not going to mess around with them anymore. I'm just going to pot them up and I'm going to leave them. I'm going to water them right, but I'm not going to mess with them. It's about right, I think. I mean, there's so few good, what you might call really cracking roots on these that I'm not frightened of injuring them. good press down and firm it in like it was before without damaging anything. Whoopsie daisy. Where are we? I'm a bit all fingers and thumbs today for some reason. Right. Yep, I think we'll leave that one at that. Put the label back in and call it a day. Now here's a plant that's bothering me a little bit, and it's multifloral Paphiopedilum, and you can see it's not the bottom leaf that's gone yellow. There's no mealybug on it or anything. So what do I do with this? Do I take both the leaves off and make the plant really unbalanced, or do I take it out of its pot, have a good look at its roots and see what's happening down there? Yeah, I think that's the thing to do. Well, I've got the plant down and I'm sure you can see the leaf much better from there. So I'm going to get it out of its pot now and just see what's going on. I mean, to look at it, it's, you know, the leaf's bad, but you would think the leaf underneath it would be bad as well, but it isn't. It's quite good, the leaf underneath it. But no, I don't know what's happening here, because it's not so often that the leaves sort of halfway up the plant go bad when the ones underneath are doing very well. So we'll just take it out of its pot and we'll have a quick look. Well, this is Paphiopedilum angel hair. It's crossed between St. Swithin and Paphiopedilum sanderianum. So let's have a quick look at this. Now this is in coconut and bark mixture with a bit of that moss in it. Very hard roots, and if I bring it up to the camera without jerking too much, you can see the roots. Got two nice roots going on there, but all the others are black. So I just have to make my mind up what to do with this one. Well, I'm going to take those two bottom leaves off, so we'll see what it looks like after that. These are the two. This one's a little bit black around the bottom. Be careful not to damage the good roots. And then we'll remove this really bad one. But the problem is, I can't remove that one without removing that one. So it looks like it's a three-leaf movement. There we are. Looks like I've made a real mess of the plant, but What can you do? Right, I've just finished cleaning that up and we'll have a look at it. Well, I've cleaned it up and done all I can at it. Just nipped a few soft tips off the roots that are black. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 new growths there coming. Some more coming round the back there. So I'll add a little bit more coconut husk to this plant and see how it goes from there. So we'll just pot it up again. Yep, I found a little deeper pot there. So we'll start up again. You know, with these you... No, not right again. I think I'll just have to trim the bottom of the roots off. Well, I've trimmed the roots off now, so it should fit in nicely. So I'll put a bit of compost in there, and there you are, it sits very nicely in there. Once again, I say I'm at the wrong angle, aren't I, for viewing. But never mind, you'll understand. Just be careful, I'm not pushing down too much on the new roots. Just got to get the rootstock covered and just keep the green at the bottom of the plant covered, which is what you do with all the Paphiopedilums. And that's about it. So that's Bob's your uncle. There we are. We'll see how that goes. Well, I've trimmed the roots off now, so it should fit in nicely. So I'll put a bit of compost in there, and there you are, it sits very nicely in there. Once again, I say I'm at the wrong angle, aren't I, for viewing. But never mind, you'll understand. Just be careful, I'm not pushing down too much on the new roots. Just got to get the rootstock covered and just keep the green at the bottom of the plant covered, which is what you do with all the Paphiopedilums. And that's about it. So that's Bob's your uncle. There we are. We'll see how that goes. Well, there you are. We'll just see how that goes now. It should do fine again, I think, in that slightly deeper pot, and the coconut husk seems to be doing very, very well. So we'll keep an eye on that one. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers as usual. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd be more than delighted if you would. And until next time, I'll see you all later. Bye.